Hello, 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 and welcome to hopefully another entertaining episode of Create Simple Meals, where you know we only have those three rules. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. So today we're going to feature a pasta maker. I like pasta. I really like pasta, but I love fresh pasta. So I used to, every time I wanted to have spaghetti, I'd run over to one of the local Asian markets and buy some fresh pasta. And it just got like, if the store closes, I can't get my pasta. So one night I'm up and I'm watching one of them infomercials and somebody got this big brand name pasta maker. And I'm like, you know what? I want a pasta maker. So the family got me one for it was Christmas, Father's Day, one of them holidays. And I've been using it ever since. When I tell you it's one of the most simplest things to use, it really, really is. All the instructions are on this particular one. I'm using the Hamilton Beach one. All the instructions are on the top. You basically put in, for what I'm doing today for a pound of pasta, I'm doing 400 grams of flour and 135 milliliters of liquid. The liquid is going to be water and egg. But here's the good thing about using a pasta maker. You can play with the flavors. So I'm not using plain water because, I mean, come on now. Let's create simple meals. We don't do that. I'm actually using beef broth in my pasta so that I can get more flavor all the way through. Now, although it's not a part of why I'm doing this video today because it's all about the pasta maker, I'm also going to mix this. I wanted some tacos, but I'm like, you know what, let's do some tacos pasta. So on CreateSimpleMeals.com, they have the Big City hamburger stand tacos recipe, and that's the basis of what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to add some canned jalapeno tomatoes in there and go ahead and make it. But let's go ahead and get started with the pasta while I'm still browning my beef. First thing you got to do is you have in here your egg and your liquid. So you want to give that a nice mix. Now on the machine, it actually, this one here, it actually weighs it out for you as well. But I've already pre-measured it because I didn't want to go through all that. So I've zeroed it out right now, and I'm going to pour in 400 grams of flour. Now, that's how they measure it, but the machine's going to do it for you, so you don't need no special stuff. So there we have it right now. You can see on the screen right there, there's 401, but 400 grams. Then we're going to go ahead, put this top back on it, and we're going to keep on mixing up our liquid mixture. And then while we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to hit pasta and start. Now, once it starts, you just slowly pour in your liquid. I mean, folks, when I tell you this is literally the simplest thing to do, it's going to take about 20 minutes to make this pasta. But in addition to, after that, it's going to boil in like 4 minutes. So yeah, I know you get the dried pasta and you just throw it in the water and it's done in 12 minutes. And here we're doing 20, but it's dried pasta. There's nothing like fresh pasta. My wife doesn't even like pasta. You ask her about going to an Italian restaurant, she'll say no. But every time I make my pasta, she loves it. She's like, well, I like your pasta. It's the freshness. It's the fresh pasta that makes all the difference in the world. I'm going to keep on concentrating on this beef, too, while I'm at it. Like I said, it's not a part of the show, but we're going to make it part of the meal. So while it's doing this thing, it's going to just keep mixing. You ain't got to do nothing but go sit down and wait for it to stop. Because once it stops, it's going to rest for a minute. But then you have to cut the pasta after it's done mixed up. So it's going to extrude on its own. And most of these different pasta makers, they come with different attachments. So you can make flat pasta, thin flat pasta. You can make long ribbons for lasagna. You can use spaghetti noodles. They have one for spiral cuts. Different ones have different ones. I'm going to try and put a link in the bottom of the comments so that you can see the one I got. It'll be a link to where I actually got it on Amazon if you so choose to get this one. But they don't pay me. It's just the one I'm using. There's a bunch out there you can get. Keep on browning that. And as always, folks, please subscribe to us if you're on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know that we are on or we posted a video. Like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Do not forget to tap into us on TikTok. For this recipe, all other recipes and videos, visit CreateSimpleMeals.com. Email me all your questions at askme@CreateSimpleMeals.com. You can hit that chat button while you're on there and talk with me directly. And please, please, please share this with your friends and your family. All right, so now my ground beef is done. I'm going to go and drain just a little bit of this oil off. Not much. And then from there, I'm going to add in a little beef bouillon, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of cumin, which, if ever could be said, it is my favorite spice in the world. A little bit of chili powder, some pepper, black pepper, some oregano. Mix this all up, and I'm going to add in 2/3 cups of water. That's 1. And that's 2/3 cups of water. We're going to just let all those flavors marry because we ain't really got to do nothing with the rest of this pasta. And after it gets to a slow boil, I'm going to add in a can of diced tomatoes with jalapenos in it. We got about 5 minutes to wait for that. And just in case, you know what? Do me a favor. Go get me a tablespoon of cornstarch and just put it in here. Just in case I need to thicken up my sauce, I'm going to have some cornstarch on hand. Because again, this was not about the sauce for the pasta. It's all about the pasta machine. But I'm like, all right, y'all not trying to sit here and watch the pasta machine rest for 5 minutes and then start extruding out. So let's go ahead and make this a whole complete meal. Once I'm done with this, I'm simply gonna plate it up. You know, toss your pasta with your sauce, and we're gonna plate this up with sprinkle some green onions on top of it, and a little bit of grated Kobe cheese. Now let's take these tomatoes. Actually, I don't want to put all that juice in there. Just put some of it. We're going to dice them tomatoes. Not dice them. Add those tomatoes right on in that mixture. And again, folks, this show is, as always, brought to you by the Self-Employed Tax Guide, the first ever tax prep company that was built from the ground up for you and me. Seth Lodge Planning for all your current and future travel needs. Hit up Seth Lodge Planning. For you, by me, Creative Designs for all your unique gift ideas. And by Petty Phrases. If you have something to say it with your chest. Now, as you see, I'm wearing a new. I very rarely wear aprons, but this is made by For You, by me, Creative Designs for those unique gift ideas. It says, you can't cook, create. And of course, I got my website on there, Create Simple Meals. Now, on the pasta machine, you can do the quick method, which doesn't rest, but I just find I get a better and chewier texture when I let the pasta rest for 5 minutes. But they have a quick setting on here that once it's already kneaded, the liquid, the flour, it immediately start pushing it out. But we're not in that big a rush. Plus, as I say, you get a better bite and chew on the pasta when you let it rest I don't know all the technical terms behind it, but I think it has something to do with the gluten kind of binding up. The other good thing about this, for those of you that can't take gluten, there's other recipes that most of these, I know this particular model provides, but there's recipes for vegetable-based pastas, gluten-free pastas, wheat-based pastas. This is an egg noodle pasta, as you saw, because we put the egg in it. But there are other versions that are on there. Now, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and make up this slurry. Actually, no, I'll wait when I get the pasta water. That'll give me that extra added thickener in case that's what I want to do. Give me a top too. This is done. We're gonna go and turn this off, get this out of our way, and put a top on it. And I have the water in the house. I'm actually might as well go and bring it out here now and continue boiling it. Just for filler, I'm gonna add the rest of these tomatoes in there. We're gonna turn that off and set this on that trivet. And move this out of our way. And then continue. Actually, you know what? Rushing and forgotten. I forgot to add. I told you it wasn't about. Let me add in a little bit of tomato paste. Saw it over there to the side and forgot. Like, wait a minute, I forgot to do something. That's probably why I need the thickener. Let me add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Mix that up. And just in time, because as you hear, the machine has started right back up. All right, yeah, I probably won't even, once I put that tomato paste in there, I probably won't even need to thicken it up. But we have it just in case. And you can bring that pot of water out here. And we're going to set this off to the side. And get ready to start cutting the pasta. Now, let me move this over so y'all can see the front of it as well. And because I like them layers and layers of flavor, I'm actually going to use beef broth to boil my pasta as well. So basically, I didn't get cans of beef broth. I added a beef bouillon into my water. Again, it may sound different, but haven't you been told to put salt or salt your water when you're doing your pasta? That's all I did. I just add a little extra flavor to it as well. Now, as the pasta begins to extrude out, you can cut it as long or as short as you want. Typically, what I do when I'm using it in the house, I put my bowl in the kitchen sink, and I know, because I have one of those deep basin sinks, I know that by the time it gets to the bowl, that's about the length of pasta that I want to have it at. So I usually use a chef's knife and just hold it up, and my pasta be about that long. So as it comes out, you just cut it. All right, so as you see, it's been about 20 minutes or so. And as you see, our pasta bowl is now full. So the last couple of pieces is being extruded out. And after that comes out, we're going to cut it. Our water is already boiled and ready. It's going to take us 3, maybe 5 minutes at most to boil our pasta and then spider it out. Can you grab me a spider? This last couple of pieces is now pushing on out. As you see the machine, it tells you everything you need to do. And a couple more pieces. Come on out there, y'all. Come on out there. And you see it's stopped. It's now gonna do a backtrack, and we are done. So I said the machine does everything for you. Cut them last pieces, and we're done with that. So now, move this out of our way. And thank Hamilton Beach for a great creation. And now, water's already boiling. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take our pasta and we're going to drop it right on in there. And we're going to boil that for roughly 3 to 5 minutes. Basically, what you're trying to do when the pasta begins to float or come to the top, it's done. I know y'all know the whole throw to the wall method. We ain't doing all that. Once that pasta comes back to a boil and it starts to float, we're done with the pasta. And the cleanup. So actually, I might as well do that now while we're waiting. The cleanup of this, when I say it's super simple, we're gonna pop this off. We're gonna take that off, pop off the extruder. That's what comes out there. There's another piece that goes in there. This whole container now comes off, and we're gonna take all this, dump out the bits of dough that's in there, and we're gonna throw this entire thing in the dishwasher. So again, not only are we creating simple meals, we're gonna have some simple cleanup too. As you see, that pasta is now, I'm gonna do something that you absolutely positively should not do, but I'm using an electric burner, not my stove. I'm gonna force this heat up just a little bit faster. But as you see, it was already coming to the top there. Give you a zoom in shot. You see the pasta is already coming to the top. But because I'm tired and I'm hungry, I'm gonna go ahead and force this to the top a little bit. While I'm doing that, let's go ahead and get my casserole dish ready. And there you go. I forced that to the top there. That's a trick that's probably not advised, but it works. It's about a good 3 to 5 minutes is all you need. We're gonna go ahead and grab one of them. Grab me a fork if I can. And that's done. Perfectly al dente. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. Some of you may not like yours al dente, but that's how we here at the Create Simple Meals headquarters like ours. Let me turn this off. I'm going to go ahead and drain some of this pasta water off just to make my life easier. And grab our spider. And place this right into our pasta dish. So again, the rest of this is just what we're actually doing with the pasta now that we're done. But as you saw, using the Hamilton Beach pasta maker was very, very simple. Most of the pasta makers out there kind of do some of the same thing. But I like this one because it was fairly inexpensive. I don't like to speak on economy too much because everybody's comfort level is different, but it's fairly inexpensive and very easy, as you saw, to use. Grab my, I want all my pasta. And they like, why you don't just dump all the water so you can see? Well, I need some of that pasta water. And since I'm outside, I can't just dump it like I normally would. All right, that's enough pasta water left for me in case I need to thin out this sauce. Go ahead and grab them out. All right, now let's move this off to the side. And just to recap again, we use the pasta maker. All the instructions are on there. You put a little, for the one that we did for this particular machine, we did 400 grams of pasta and 135 grams of liquid. Now we're going to take our sauce. Do I need to thicken that up? No, I think I'm good with that. You know what? I am going to add just about a tablespoon or so of that pasta water. And the reason you want the pasta water to use in there is because it already has thickening agents in it. So I'm going to thin it out, but I ain't going to thin it out too much. I'm going to mix that over there. And we're going to pour that right onto that pasta. And mix that all on in there. Now, to serve this taco pasta, let's go ahead and get us a bowl and grab us some cheese and onions, green onions that is. Top with just a little bit of grated cheese and just a few of those green onions. Give y'all a shot there. Don't that look delicious, pretty and good and ready to eat? And I'm gonna find me a fork because I know I got someone around here somewhere And let's give this a taste test. Get my cheese all mixed in there. The pasta fully flavored all the way through. This is not your grocery store box pasta at all. Because remember, in addition to boiling it in beef broth, we actually made it with beef broth. So our pasta is seasoned all the way through. The taco seasoning recipe, that's just extra added bonus. That's just something you get when you watch Create Simple Meals. But the pasta itself, perfectly al dente. Perfectly cooked. And one of the reasons is because we didn't have to take something that's been dried out and reconstituted. We just made this pasta today. So, remember folks, them 3 rules: passion, patience, practice. Keep on practicing. Keep on having that passion for cooking. And we'll see you back here on another exciting episode of the Create Simple Meals. But remember, if you can't cook, create. See y'all real soon.